Hey kids, once again it's Josh here, and of course this is the Bible, and this is an atheist point of view, where I, the atheist, am reading from the Bible, one chapter at a time, from cover to cover, the whole goddamn thing. That's right, I know this is going to take a while, basically to prove out and point out how retarded it is. I mean, just some of the brutal shit that went on as well. Not to mention just the way it's worded, the way it kind of contradicts itself. You know, actually, it really does contradict itself a lot. So, before I even go on though, alright, now where we left off, chapter 22 in Exodus, protection of property. Oh good, more laws. Fun. Okay. First one, if a man steals an ox or a sheep and slaughters it or sells it, he must pay back 5 head of cattle for the ox and 4 sheep for the sheep. Wow. And steals an ox or a sheep. That's got a lot of interest. Verse 2, if a thief is caught breaking in and is stuck so that he dies, the defender is not guilty of bloodshed. So basically you can kill a thief, it's all good. But if it happens after sunrise, he is guilty of bloodshed. What? You can only kill the thief at night. During the day, and then he committed murder. Fuck. A thief must certainly make restitution, but if he has nothing, well, duh, he's probably a thief because he's poor. But he must be sold to pay for his theft. So the thief. Of course. I think they do that nowadays because they actually make money off the jails, you know. Just sell him to the jail. They'll buy him. Verse 4. If the stolen animal is found alive in his possession, whether ox or donkey or sheep, he must pay back double. So he has to go steal 2 from somebody else. It makes perfect sense. Wonderful. Verse 5. If a man grazes his livestock in a field or vineyard and lets them stray and then graze in another man's field, he must make restitution from the best of his own field or vineyard. Alright. I don't even want to examine that one. Verse 6. If a fire breaks out and spreads into thorn bushes so that it burns shocks of grain or standing grain or the whole field, the one who started the fire must make restitution. Yeah, I can only imagine how well forensics worked back then. Basically, he's got to come forward. Or they had to catch him in action or something. Stupid. Verse 7. If a man gives his neighbor silver or goods for safekeeping, and they are stolen from the neighbor's house, the thief, if he is caught, must pay back double. Because, you know, he was only stealing because he was bored. He didn't actually need anything. He's just a klepto. I'm sorry, but your fine is to pay double the amount that you were stealing just for fun. But if the thief is not found, the owner of the house must appear before the judges. Oh, yes. The bipartisan judges, to determine whether he has laid his hands on the other man's property. In all cases of illegal possession of an ox, a donkey, a sheep, a garment, or any lost property about which somebody says, "This is mine," both parties are to bring their cases before the judges. Oh, fuck. The one whom the judges declare guilty must pay back double to his neighbor. Double again. I double dare you. Verse 10. If a man gives a donkey, an ox, a sheep, or any other animal to his neighbor for safekeeping, and it dies, or is injured, or is taken away, well, no one is looking. Of course. Because they'd stop them if they were looking, weren't they? Well, nobody was looking. The issue between them will be settled by the taking of an oath before the Lord that the neighbor did not lay hands on the other person's property. Sure, okay. The issue between them will be settled by the taking of an oath before the Lord that the neighbor did not lay hands on this person's property. I just read that. I'll read the new part right now. The owner is to accept this, and no restitution is required. But if the animal was stolen from the neighbor, he must make restitution to the owner. Alright. If it was torn to pieces by a wild animal, he shall bring in the remains. What? He shall bring in the remains as evidence. Here's proof. Here's his arm. Here's his leg. Here's his ear. And he will not be required to pay for the torn animal. Fuck. Verse 13. If a man borrows an animal from his neighbors and it is injured or dies while the owner is not present, he must make restitution. But if the owner is with the animal, the borrower will not have to pay. If the animal was hired, the money paid for the hire covers the loss. Alright, next paraphrase. Social responsibility. If a man seduces a virgin who is not pledged to be married and sleeps with her, he must pay the bride price. That's a bride price? The bride price, and she shall be his wife. $4.99. The bride price. Do you have a coupon for a half off? The bride price. Okay. Verse 17. If her father absolutely refuses to give her to him, he must still pay the bride price for virgins. Verse 18. Do not allow a sorceress to live. Sorceress? Is that a common problem back then? Sorceresses, they're everywhere. Don't allow them to live. Verse 19. Anyone who has sexual relations with an animal must be put to death. Ah! No bestiality, you will die for it. Verse 20. Whoever sacrifices to any god other than the Lord must be destroyed. Verse 21. Do not mistreat an alien or oppress him, for you are aliens in Egypt. Aliens. Verse 22. Do not take advantage of a widow or an orphan. If you do, and they cry out to me, I will certainly hear their cry. Alrighty then. Do not a widow or an orphan. Okay. My anger will be aroused, and I will kill you with the sword. Your wives will become widows, and your children fatherless. Verse 25. If I lend money to one of my people among you who is needy, do not be like a monkey lender. Charge him no interest. A monkey lender? Hey, can I borrow your chimp? A monkey lender. God. If you take your neighbor's cloak as a pledge, return it to him by sunset. Because he cannot... By sunset, huh? You can't be like a little bit after, sunset? No? Because his cloak is the only covering he has for his body. Everybody only has one outfit. What else will he sleep in? That one outfit, all dirt poor. When he cries out to me, I will hear, for I am compassionate. 28. Do not blaspheme God, or curse the ruler of your people. Curses. Verse 29. Do not hold back offerings from your granaries or your vats. What? What the fuck is a granary and a... I know what a vat is, but I don't think that's what they mean in this fucking thing. Alright, you must give me the firstborn of your sons. Verse 30, do the same with your cattle and your sheep. Let them stay with their mothers for 7 days, but give them to me on the 8th day. The 8th day. And on the 8th day, God realized he couldn't count. You are to be my holy people, so do not eat the meat of an animal torn by wild beasts. Throw it to the dogs. Stupid fucking thing. Well, kids, once again, this is Josh, and this is, of course, Ben the Bible, and an atheist point of view.